Good morning, students. Good morning to all. On last day, we have studied about the characteristics of ones. Have you remember all the characteristics of ones? And I gave the same portions as your study portions. I hope you all have studied. Even though just we will remind about the last day concept. So the characteristics of ones. So one of the characteristics of ones is ones are unlimited. So we know, so our wants as unlimited. So even if we are completed any one of the wants, so it is not come to an end. So again the same want or the another type of the wants or desires will arise in our mind. So the human wants are countless in number and various in kinds. So the different type of the wants are there. So but the one wants are satisfied, again the same wants or the different type of the wants will rise in our mind. So on the basis of the growth of civilization and the development and the new market available in this commodity, new commodities available in our market, so different kinds of the wants may arise. Next, wants become habit. How wants will become a habit? And first time, if you want to consuming any of the commodities as per our situation or our money or something, etc. Okay, but that first time consuming of one of the commodities will begin as a habit. For example, the drinking a cup of coffee or tea. In every morning we are going to drink a tea or coffee. Okay, so once if you are consuming the coffee or tea in the particular time, so it will become a habit. Okay, so normally, so the winter time or the rainy time we will want to consume a cup of coffee, and in the hot time we will want to consuming a cool drinks. Okay, so on the basis of time, climate, weather conditions, some of the wants to consuming the commodities will become as a habit, and some of the persons will reading the newspaper daily. This is become as a habit. Some of the persons get angry or get tensions, so they will go to smoke. So such as the wants will become as a habit. Next, wants are satiable. So even though if we have more wants, so the all type of wants are has one of the character of satiable. So wants will easily satisfied by consuming that commodities what we want already. So different kinds of the wants may be arranged in our mind. But suppose any of the time we can't consuming all the commodities what we want. But even though some other type of the commodities can able to satisfy our wants to consuming some of the commodities. For say example, if we want to drink a cup of coffee and if there is no availability, we can easily drink a cup of tea and our wants will satiable, right? So if we get any type of wants, that wants are will have one of the characteristics of satiable. Next, wants are alternative. How it has the alternative choice mean? There are alternative ways to satisfy the particular wants. Normally, if you want to consuming some of the commodities, and if the commodity is not there and the alternative commodities or the substitute commodities will be existing, so by using the substitute commodities we can get the satisfactions. For example, daily morning or 3 times we are going to eat, so the different kinds of the food also will be available in home and hotels. But the same time, if you want to eat the idli and if there is no idli, so we can eat the those who are in other type of the food. So we can easily change our mood or mind or our types of want. So all the wants are having the alternative characters. Next, wants are competitive. So wants are competitive means so different kinds of the wants are there, and in this wants also they have to give some of the preference, which ones have to satisfied at first, the most urgent ones and the less urgent ones. For example, if you are being hungry and you have the 15 or 100 rupees, in this time you can two choices, you can satisfy your wants, that is eating enough of the foods. Then when we are eating some of the foods, your hungry feeling will disappear. And the same time, if you want to go to the watching movie, you can go by using that 100 rupees. But in these two wants, the competitions are there. So the most urgent want and the less urgent want. You are being very hungry, but in the same time you must be eat some of the food. Then you will spend that 100 rupees for eating some of the food only. Okay, so there will be a competitions between the most urgent want and the less urgent ones. Next, wants are complementary. Wants are complementary mean the composite goods are there to consuming only of the commodities. That time only our wants will come to an end. Then we will get some of the satisfactions. For example, if you want to use the pen, we must need of paper and the ink. Then only we can write anything. Otherwise, we want to drink a cup of tea, we must need milk, sugar and tea powder. Then only so we can get the complement goods of tea. So our wants also having the complementary characters. Next, wants are recurring. Recurring means so it will occurring again and again. So now if you are getting one type of wants and we are completing or we are getting the satisfactions, then some hours or some days it will not be occurs. Then again the same wants will be arranged in our mind. For example, so daily we are eating food at 3 times. So morning if you are feeling hungry, and we will get some food and get the satisfactions. Okay, and the next 4 hours we won't get the wants of food. Then again the lunch and the dinner time, so the same wants will be appear in our mind. So the wants will again and again, right? Next, classification of goods. The classification of goods will be classified on the basis of necessary things and the comforts and the luxuries items. Okay, so normally all type of the peoples will be in the need of necessary goods. Okay, so the wants will be appear on the basis of fulfilling our necessity of life, the food, clothes and shelters. Okay, without these 3 things no persons can live as normally. Okay, so on the basis of fulfilling our necessity life, basic necessities life, some of the wants will be appears. So this type of the goods will considered as a necessary goods, the food, clothes and shelter. Next, the wants will appear on the basis of being comfortable life. If you want to live with a comfortable life, some of the goods will be needed. The TV, fridge, washing machine and the power supply and the some of the fan. Okay, if you want to live with some of the comfortable, we need of some of the goods. Okay, so on the basis of comfortable, if you want to consuming enough of the goods, that goods are called as a comfortable goods. Next, luxury goods. Some of the wants will be appear on the basis of being luxuries. Okay, so after fulfilling our necessary life, necessary goods and the comfort goods, even if you want to purchasing some of the goods to exposing our image to the society, we will be in need of some goods. So the car, the gold, diamond and some of the costly ornaments is a example for the luxury goods. Okay, students, today we will go to the next concept. Okay students, today's concept is demand. Normally what do you have understand by the demand. If you are normally saying we are being in demand of some of the goods, but you must understand the meaning of demand in normal life and in economics world. So the demand is essential for the creations. Okay, demand is the essential for the creations. If you want to create any goods or services and something, so the demand is essential. If there is no demand, there is no creations and creativity. For example, if the producers want to produce some commodity, or if the innovator want to bring some of the innovations on the commodities, must be the demand is must one. Okay, so normally we are using the normal phone. If there is demand to the Android phone only, the create will be formed, or the inventories item will be come to the market. Okay, so if you want to create some of the goods and services or create anything, so the demand is essential. Okay, on the basis of the demand only, the supply and the productions, everything will be happen. Not only that, even if the producers want to earning more profit, or one firm want to have a profitability, so the demand is necessary. Okay, so if there is no demand, so there is more profit in our market and the production unit, because on the basis of the demand only, the producers have to increasing their commodities. Okay, so without in demand, so even if you are producing commodities, it will not come to the market and it is not consumed by the consumer, because the consumer will not want to the commodity, right? So on the basis of demand only, the price also will be increased. So on the basis of the increased price only, so all the firm will have the more profitable. Okay, so the demand is essential for the creation, survival and profitability of a firm. So demand in economics is the desire to possess something and the willingness and the ability to pay a certain price in order to possess it. Normally, if you want to consuming something, for that demand is not necessary. So before that, we must know about the difference between the wants and demand. So normally wants mean it's one of the desire to consuming some of the commodity. Okay, but the demand mean, so with the wants, so the consumer must be have the power to pay the purchase the commodity to pay within a certain price. All the persons need the ability to pay and the willingness to purchasing the commodity. That is called demand. Okay, so the demand is an desire to possess something and the willingness and the ability to pay a certain price in order to possess it. If you want to possess some of the commodities, we must have the willingness and the ability to pay the commodity. Okay, so that only it is considered as a demand. Next, we can see the characteristics of demand. What are the characteristics are there in this demand? First one, on the basis of price. So demand is always related to the price. How demand will be always related to the price mean? So on the basis of the price only, demand of the commodity will be decided. Okay, or on the basis of the demand of the commodity only, so the price will be determined, right? If there is more demand of commodity is existing in this market, so the producers also will be increasing the product or supply of the product. Okay, otherwise if there is no chance to increasing the supply of the product, so he will increasing the price of that demanded commodity. Okay, So the demand is always related to the price only. Okay, so the demand only is determined the price. So if the price is increased, so the demand automatically will be decreased. Okay, so otherwise the demand first the demand is increased, so the price automatically also will be increased by the producers. Okay, just you have to understand, first at first the demand of one commodity is increased, so the producer will increase the price of the commodities. Okay, and the price of the commodity is increased at first in the market, so the demand for that commodities will be reduced by the consumer, because the consumer will reduce the amount of commodities which has the high price. Okay, so the demand is always related to the price. Next, time. So the demand always means the demand per unit of time, per day, per week, or per month. Okay, normally the demand for one commodities may be changed on the basis of time only. For example, the demand for the stationery item will be always higher in the school open time, so on the time of the June July month, and the demand for the umbrella also will be higher in the rainy days. Okay, and the demand for the cool drinks always will be higher in the summer time. Okay, and not only that, whenever the demand for that commodities may be increased on the time of month, suddenly if the more functions are existing in our societies, on the basis of the functions, some type of the commodity, the price of some commodities will be increased, right? Normally in our areas the weekly markets are there, so the price for that price for that vegetable will always will be changed within 1 week. So the time of the market days the price will be reduced, and other time or other days, so the price of the commodities will be in higher. Okay, so on the basis of time only the demand for one goods will be changed. Next, market. So the demand is always related to the market. Market means, so mostly, so the buyer and the sellers. So the buyers and sellers only will be dominating or determining the market conditions. So if the buyers are not ready to consuming or purchasing all the commodities in this market, so there is no demand. So the producers also will not increasing their supply, right? Otherwise, if the sellers are fixing the price of that commodities as higher rate, so the buyer will reduce the amount of commodity. Okay, and the availability of market in our society, there is more market, so the price of the commodities will be very low. Okay, and there is more demand and less, or the number of market only is there, mean the demand for the commodities will be increased. Okay, normally in our area, so the weekly market, day market, monthly market, and different type of the markets are there. Okay, and many market is existing. Okay, so in this time, so the demand for that commodities always will be low, because the availability of commodity is very higher in our area. Okay, so the demand is also related to the market and the buyer and seller, because the purchasing power of the buyer only will be determined the demand. Next, amount. So the amount also considered as the demand. Amount also will be deals or will be related to the demand. The demand is always a specific quantity which has a consumer is willing to purchase. Okay, so normally the rational consumers want to get the full or the optimum satisfactions when they are consuming any of the commodities. Okay, so when they will get the optimum or maximum satisfactions mean when they are purchasing with the low price, and the more commodity is there, they will get the most satisfactions. Okay, so the amount also will be determined the demand. So the consumer also have to the power to purchasing any of the commodity, or otherwise the consumer have to the willingness to purchasing any of the commodities with the reasonable price. So the amount also one of the character to deciding the demand, right? So the four characteristics are there: price, time, market and amount. Okay, so the demand is always related to these four concepts: price, time, market, amount. Okay, next, demand function. How demand will be functioning, or on on which basis the demand will be changed or will be function. So the demands depends upon the price. Already we studied, So mostly the demand depends upon the price only. So the law of demand also drawn by the base of changes of price of commodity only. Okay, so whenever the price of the commodity is increased, so the demand for that commodity will be decreased. Okay, so whenever the demand for that commodity is decreased, so the price also will be decreased. So the demand function, so the demand depends upon the price. This means demand for a commodity is a function of price. On the basis of change of the price of commodity only, the demand for that commodity also will be changed. So normally the demand function mathematically denotes as a D is equal to functions of price. D is equal to functions of price. Here the D is demand, F means function, P means price. Okay, so this demand is always determined on the basis of or the functions of price. If the price is increased, so the demand also will be increased. Increase means change. If the price is changed on the basis of changing price level of commodity, so the demand will be changed. So we can draw the demand function as mathematically D is equal to F into P. So D mean demand, F mean function, P mean price. Right? Okay, good. So next we will study the law of demand. So for studying the demand, one of the law is there. So on the basis of law only the demand will be functioning, or how the demand is create or how the demand is changing is explained by one of the law, is called as a law of demand. So the law of demand was first stated by the Augustine Cournot in 1838. So after that it was refined and elaborated by Alfred Marshall. Okay, so the law of demand is stated by the Augustine Cournot in 1838. But after that, so the Alfred Marshall only refined and elaborated the law. So the law of demand says the quantity demanded increases with a fall in price and diminishes with the rise in price. So always I have told you to explaining the demand. So the law of demand says the quantity demanded increase. The quantity demanded means the demand of the commodity is increases with a fall in price. So if there is more price or the low price, so the demand of the commodity will be increase. So at the same time, if the price the demand will be decreased when the price of that commodity is increased. Okay, normally it's one of the knowledge of the market only. When we are going to the market, you will purchase more commodities after hearing the price of that commodities. If it is low, you will purchase more. right? And if the price is very higher, then you will reduce your amount of commodity, right? So the law of demand also explain the same. The quantity demanded increases with the fall in price and the diminishes with the rise in price. When there is more price, when there is higher prices of commodity, the quantity demand will be reduced, and if the low price, so quantity demanded will be increased. So some of the assumptions also there to understand the law of demand. The first, the income of the consumer remain constant. The income of the consumer remain constant. The income of the consumer remain constant mean, so normally the people are earning some amount of money in the way of income. Okay, so the income should not be changed on the basis of time or whenever the price of the commodity is increased and the demand is raised. And the time of demand is raised or the price of increased, so the income of the consumer must remain constant. Okay, next, the taste, habit and preference of the consumer will be remain constant. Okay, because the demand of the commodity always will be changeable on the basis of taste, habit and preference of the consumers. Okay, so by explaining the law of demand, so the taste, habit, preference of consumer also have to remaining constant, then only so the law of demand will be applied. Next, the price of other related goods should not change. The price of other related goods should not changes. Okay, students, if you want to explaining this law of demand, we must need the full-time class. So we will study tomorrow. Okay, so today see enough the law of demand and the characteristics of demand. So we will study the law of demand and tomorrow. Okay, so your study portion, today's study portion is just to study the characteristics of demand and the demand function only. Thank you. If you have any doubt, ask me.